So following Hasbro's latest Pulse Fanstream event a couple weeks ago, it looks like we're getting an awesome new wave of figures and exclusives coming out soon. This wave features a new line of Spider-Man figures from the Spider-Man 2 game along with some amazing new characters. So let's take a closer look and see what Hasbro's been cooking up for us. Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to the channel. So today I'll be diving into the new wave of figures coming out soon from Hasbro Marvel Legends. These figures were recently announced during their February Pulse Fanstream event and features an exciting mix of new figures as well as a few exclusives as part of a 6-figure wave, right? So Hasbro was pretty busy in this event and we'll dive more into each of these figures later in the video. But in terms of the 6-figure set, this features 2 variations of Peter Parker, 3 of Miles Morales, and 1 figure for Felicia Hardy, aka the Black Cat. These are all designed to model from the Spider-Man 2 game, and it continues Hasbro's line from the Gamerverse series. Right, the other 4 figures also announced include an incredible new Venom figure, which we'll again take a closer look at next, Spider figure, a new exclusive Kingpin, and one of my favorites, the new X-Force 2-pack, right? So I'm definitely excited to see how these new figures turn out. Let's dive more into it. So first up, we'll take a closer look at Venom just because he seems to be the most interesting one out of the group to me. Right, this version is modeled after the Spider-Man 2 game and it stands at a whopping 10.5 inches, boys and girls. Venom's figure design is pretty sweet and really like how they were able to get all the lifelike looking symbiote material onto the actual molding itself. His body shape is pretty decent as well, although the thighs feel a shade too large, but I do like the rest of the body. Also, they've added feet this time around. You can visibly see the toe claws, which look pretty awesome. Now, in terms of the coloring, great job by Hasbro on the standard in black and white. Logo on his chest stands up pretty well and looks like it was evenly painted from front to back. Also, the head sculpts just look absolutely incredible. Right, his accessories kit includes those 2 different head sculpts, one with a closed mouth and one with open. The closed one, which looks really great in terms of the jawline and those actual like sharp symmetrical teeth that are showing visibly. But the mouth open, it just looks crazy badass in terms of like overall design. You get that sharp Venom teeth on both parts of the mouth, like his gums and that crazy red tongue of his. It's also extra long this time around, so it spans down to his stomach area, which is kind of cool. For the rest of the accessories, you get that like slime and drool that you can add to his open mouth, 2 pairs of hand sculpts, and a symbiote tentacle piece as well. Now, this figure is being labeled as a super deluxe, so it'll cost you a lot more, running around $60 retail than your standard Marvel Legend. It's available for PO now as a multi-channel release and not exclusive, which is good. So be sure to order yours today if you want this incredible Venom figure to your collection. Next up, we'll start taking a close look at the 6 figures included in the actual Spider-Man 2 Gamerverse Wave. First up from this wave set, we'll look at the 2 Peter Parker figures, which includes the latest symbiote Spider-Man. Now, this is actually a brand new sculpt, which is good and not a reused body mold or anything like that. Peter's new figure design here is definitely noticeable in terms of the molding and features. I really like how they added different symbiote lines to the mold this time around and features a lot more solid straight cuts versus the like standard little symbiote ones that you normally see. His body also feels more solid in terms of additional muscle texture features that they add in line like around his ab and arm areas. But it looks like it's lacking some articulation though. Like it doesn't look like they have any butterfly joints or movement on the lower part of the neck. So some of your standard Spidey poses that you typically do probably are limited with this figure, unfortunately. The coloring, though, it does look pretty standard from what I'm seeing. No additional sheen from the paint, and just has a nice solid black foundation to it. The white logo and eyes do feel a shade more prominent, though, which is good because it's always good to see that symbol glaring at you. Now, he does come with 1 head sculpt, so no additional expressions or eyes with this kit, unfortunately. His other accessories do include, however, 3 pairs of hand molds, including his open and those whip hands, right? So an awesome symbiote web accessory is included as well, right? This new web accessory looks pretty incredible in my opinion. It has great length to it and allows you to do more dynamic poses. It stretches very well in terms of like the different lengths, and really like how the figure is able to hold it in various poses. So really a nice accessory there added to his kit. So overall, a good new symbiote Spidey, and really like how they put him on a new mold. But he's definitely lacking the butterfly and lower joint articulation points, unfortunately. Next up, on the set waist, we have Peter Parker in his new anti-Venom style suit. Now, this one is a little interesting because the design feels subpar to me and not really anything that stands out. Peter this time features a purple or bluish like silver suit versus the standard white and black that we've been accustomed to. The character model does make sense as related to the Spider-Man 2 game, but I really like that white and black design much better. Now, in terms of the actual body, the Spidey Buck does look like it features more or less the same moving capabilities as the previous symbiote figure I just showed you guys. Now, the stomach area does feel a little weird to me though. Looks like it's a little too solid and flat. But the applications do look, or rather, the paint applications do look good, especially the blue purplish. The silver paint also look good in terms of like the logo, and doesn't really stand out because it feels a little flat, the paint application, but it's good to see that they were actually able to get it on there fairly well. Now, in terms of accessories, he does come with 3 pairs of hand molds, including the open and thwip, 2 head molds, which is pretty good. You know, one with standard expression and the other angry expression. Right, nice little addition here, I must say, because like the angry expression does look pretty cool. And the new web accessory, right? It's pretty decent. It has good length to me. Otherwise, it feels a little too straight. It doesn't really feature any like it factor, right? But overall, a decent new anti-Venom Spidey figure. Just not my favorite design of him, and prefer the white and black version. Next up, we'll move on to the 3 new Miles Morales figures coming out soon as part of this wave. Right now, first one features Miles in his upgraded style suit. Now, I personally like the design of the suit, although it doesn't really scream Miles to me. Right, it still looks like Peter under the mask, if I'm being honest, but I do like the design of the suit. Miles here figures really like a very apparent design and nice features to it, right? The body mold looks really good in terms of articulation right off the bat. You can kind of see like his butterfly joints, and it'll tend to have good movement around his legs and ab area. The figure itself also doesn't have many cuts and lines featured on the mold, however, other than maybe like the straight lines that you kind of see, but it is still pretty good, decent looking model. I do also like the different color tones that they use and how they applied it in terms of mixing them together. You know, good differences between the blue, the white, and the red, which stand out really well, right? Now, in terms of accessories, it does come with some noticeable ones from what I'm seeing, and has like 3 total hand molds. 2 standard and 1 with a really cool shocking hand accessory that's connected. These shocking hands are really cool because they're blended into the hand mold. You can see the yellow, really see the yellow paints applications bleed onto his hands, which is nice. A good scale to accessory, and it really came out like the mold itself really well, right? So overall, a good new Miles figure with a different suit design in them, and I'm definitely feeling it for sure. Next, new Miles figure we have here is a 2099 suit. Now, I actually really like the design of the suit because I'm a fan of like tactical style costumes, right? The suit features Miles in his Brooklyn Visions Academy suit and has a lot of nice, strong features to it. You know, first, right off the bat, doesn't really look like your standard Spidey costume, and has, again, like more of that military street feel to it. The body has some nice new accessories molded right into it, including like the forearm armor, the wrist gauntlets, and like the utility belt. Also, the pants were done very well. It has a lot of nice, loose, like tactical, heavy forms to it and molding. Right, the paint applications also look pretty well. Darker red over like the muted black came out good. His upper shirt area and mask does have that more reflective sheen paint to it, however, so it's a slightly different feel there than the rest of the outfit itself. But I kind of don't like that, to be honest with you, and prefer the more muted color. But overall, you know, still a great overall job of paint job rather on the color applications, right? Now, in terms of accessories, he does come with 3 total pairs of hand molds and a pair of web effects. Now, these web effects feature the contact sort of end of a web versus the actual webbing that comes out of his wrist, right? Like you saw in the previous 2 figures. It's a little different this time around, but like that, you know, like that they come with 2 different sizes as well. Again, overall, a great new Miles figure featuring him in his really cool 2099 tactical suit. Not straight out of the game, but very similar, right? So pretty cool there. Third new figure featuring Miles Morales is the Burrito suit. I really like this one because it features Miles in the standard black and red costume, along with like his Puerto Rican heritage draped on his chest. Right now, the rest of this costume design is pretty standard and doesn't really feature any new or noticeable nuances to it. But the design of his upper torso area and how they're able to get that delivered was pretty good. You can also see the spider webbing lines behind the red, white, and blue paint on his chest, which is nice. So actual core costume features are still there and prominent, even through the actual bright colors. His body does feature some good articulation to it from what I can see. Nothing out of the ordinary, but enough to kind of get you those standard cool poses. In terms of the accessories, he comes with 3 total pairs of hand molds and 1 web effect. The web effect here, again, looks alright. Feels a little too standard to me. Like, it can easily be held with his hands in good length, but, you know, nothing more to it than that, right? Otherwise, this is a good Miles Morales figure, especially if you like how he's repping his ethnicity as well here, which is cool. And last one from the six-figure set is Felicia Hardy, aka the Black Cat. Her design here is looking really solid, and like how they're like able to execute her model onto this figure. A lot of nice subtle lines throughout her body mold, but actually the hair molds itself, which includes like the forearms and calves, were a nice addition here. And the head sculpt looks absolutely beautiful, right? Love how the hairstyle came out and good molding length on the front of her face as well as the back. The goggles also came out well. You can easily see through her eyes through it, so that came out really good. The black and white paint applications look pretty decent, and the upper shirt area has a little more sheen to it. So nice job on blending the paint while like, matching the colors, which is good. Her accessory set only features two though, like one extra pair of hand molds and that wand of Watum, which is pretty good. This is a nice little accessory because it references her thief background as well. So good job there. And generally speaking, a nice new Felicia figure, but maybe could have added one more accessory with her just to make her set feel more complete. Next figure up here is the new exclusive from Walmart, Spirit Spider. Now, this was an interesting choice by Hasbro to me because this was a figure based off of a relatively unknown version of Spidey. I believe it's based off of the Spider-Man outfit from the Incredible Hulk's #1, where it was done by Peter Parker and going by the name of Ghost Spider. Right now, in that Earth universe, which I believe is 11638, Peter is killed but resurrected by Bruce Banner later on. So a nice little interesting backstory there. Now, in terms of design, the body mold looks alright, but where the details really shine are the skull and like that flame head. The skull looks really good in terms of the molding depth, along with like the teeth that they've carved in. I also like how you kind of look into the eye sockets, which is a little creepy but cool. The blue flame, like flaming hair rather, came out pretty good in terms of the coloring and mold, but the positioning of it does seem a little strange, like it feels a little overextended too much, but not too bad. The rest of the body also looks alright, and color tones are pretty decent and blend in well. Now, in terms of accessories, he only comes with 2 additional hand molds, so nothing special from that kit, unfortunately. But otherwise, the figure is pretty cool if you want an obscure version of Spidey. This is definitely it. And I do like the skull, but this is definitely not my favorite, right? Next up is another one of the exclusives, this time for Amazon, and it is Mr. Big Boy, aka the Kingpin. This Kingpin figure uses the Hulk Mr. Fix-It body. It's looking just absolutely beefy. He has the oversized hand molds and like extremities, which were cleaned up very well with his black suit over it. The suit itself looks good and it's sculpted very clean. You can really see all the nice cuts on the vest, the suit, and the tie. Solid black paint application look good as well and doesn't really have any additional layers there though. The head molds of this do look really good. Like this dude is a sinister kind of boss, once you display him just looking at his head mold. So good job on the open mouth. Also that they got on his grin, or rather that they were able to also get his grin with his open mouth because it came out very good. In terms of accessories, it only comes with 2 pairs of hand molds, including the ring on his pinky figure, the 2 head molds, and the ruby cane. Right now, that cane looks really solid and is a nice accessory that matches just like the design of Kingpin here in this outfit. So overall, a great Kingpin figure that should go well with any of your street hero displays. And last reveal was the incredible new X-Force 2-pack featuring Warpath and X-23. I absolutely love this new 2-pack set and glad we're getting new update box of these 2 figures, right? They've also just announced the new X-Force Archangel figure, which I'll do a separate video on. Otherwise, incredible new set of figures with this 2-pack and just can't get all 3, wait to get all 3 of them together. Warpath and Laura's design look to be on point to the original comics, right? Warpath uses the Omega Red scale body, which is highly muscular molded and includes like his knives along with the extra panel of hand molds. Laura here features the more slim mold, but has more articulation throughout her body. She comes with a couple more accessories, I believe, so like 2 head sculpts, one with and one without the mask, and 3 pairs of hand molds. So amazing new 2-pack that will be an auto PO for me for sure. And can't wait to build up new displays of the X-Force team and hope they add more updated figures of them coming soon. So there you have it, folks. Thanks for joining me today to explore the new Marvel Legends figures announced at the February Hasbro Pulse Fanstream event. The wave of 6 Spider-Man figures are already available for pre-order, and you can pick these up from any of your favorite resellers. The X-Force 2-pack, Kingpin, and Spirit Spider will be available for PO this month, I believe around the 2nd or 3rd week of March. With Spirit Spider being Walmart exclusive, and Kingpin being the Amazon exclusive. So again, 2 exclusives there. The X-Force 2-pack and New Venom will also be available from all resellers, so it'll be a lot easier to get and not rather exclusives. But I do think they'll sell out pretty fast. So be on the lookout at my channel for any new updates as they come. Right. So let me know. Are you excited for the new wave of figures all? Or how about the new X-Men BF Nemesis that was featured in my previous video? Let me know in the comments below. Really stand out to you, and if you plan on picking any of them up. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button for more content and the coolest figures around. Until next time, folks, keep on collecting.